All right, let's talk about SNAP. The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program feeds about 42 million Americans every single month. Normally, Congress funds it, but when the government shuts down, the money stops. Now, there is a backup. The SNAP Contingency Fund. Think of it like an emergency gas tank with about $5 to $6 billion in it. That's enough to keep SNAP benefits running for about 1 month. So yes, it could cover November, but here's the catch. After November, we still have December, January, and beyond. And unless Congress actually passes a budget, the tank runs dry fast. So why not just use it? The Trump administration is refusing. They're saying the fund is only for natural disasters, not for everyday benefits. But critics point out hunger during a shutdown is a disaster. It just doesn't come with a hurricane name. Now, here's where politics comes in. Republicans in the Senate technically have what's called the nuclear option. That means they could change the rules and pass funding with a simple majority of 51 votes instead of needing 60 votes. But they won't use it because keeping the rules intact gives them leverage in future fights. So instead, millions of families are stuck as bargaining chips. And let's not forget, Trump himself has said he wants to get rid of what he calls Democratic programs. Remember when he said this?
We'll be making cuts that will be permanent, and we're only going to cut Democrat programs. I hate to tell you, I guess that makes sense, but we're only cutting Democrat programs.
But here's the irony. The majority of states with the highest SNAP participation are red states. For example, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, West Virginia, all deep red, have some of the highest SNAP usage, with 13 to 17% of households relying on it. Nationally, about 12% of Americans are on SNAP. Here's the bigger picture. Democrats pushing to keep SNAP funded aren't doing so just for their voters. No, they're doing it because hunger doesn't check any party registration. About 37% of SNAP households are white, 26% Black, 16% Hispanic, 3% Asian, and the rest multiracial and other groups. In other words, it's a cross-section of America. Ensuring SNAP stays alive means making sure all constituents, Republican, Democrat, Independent, can put food on the table. So here's the bottom line. There's money sitting in an emergency tank that could keep people fed in November. But unless Congress acts, December and beyond are up in the air. And the people most at risk aren't some abstract other. They're families in red states, blue states, rural towns, and cities alike. Food security shouldn't be a bargaining chip, and your voice matters in making sure it isn't. If you want SNAP protected beyond November, call or email your state senators today, and then drop a comment here telling me you did, so we can keep the pressure visible.